0383 and 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and also on DBS Television. Welcome to Hard Drive for today, Tuesday, the 9th of September. Hard Drive brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Joseph's Shipping Agency. Seafood Wednesday nights continue every Wednesday at the Mangrove at JJ's Paradise. Come get your seafood boil, grilled lobster, grilled fish, seafood Alfredo, seafood kebabs, and seafood pizza. Side dishes include seasoned rice, mashed potato, and tossed salad. Remember to always check JJ's at the Mangrove, Marigot Bay, for Seafood Wednesday nights. A special treat awaits you.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Alrighty, welcome again to Hard Drive. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show. The lovely Kina. Kina, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre Paul. Good morning to our listeners and viewers on DBS, X, YouTube, and Facebook. It's good to be back. But at the same time, we're missing one person.
The chair is empty.
Here.
The chair is empty.
But thank you all for the calls, the messages. We really appreciate it.
I almost said, good morning to Tony, because we've gotten so used to the last almost 2 years. October is going to be 2 years since we opened, and Tony has been here every single day. Unless, of course, he has some other things, some really, really important thing to do. Right? I see him walking inside here, right? And, his whole demeanor and everything. And then by the time I leave, I go downstairs. I see him, at his desk in his office. Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Last night I was driving on the Calvary last night. And I passed the funeral home. And imagine I'm saying to myself, my brother is just across there. And I can't reach him.
You passed there last night, and I passed around there this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where. And
Did you remember?
When I got close to, I was with Juanita, my friend. And when I got close to it, my heart just skipped, and I was like, oh. And then I looked up, and I was like, oh, that's where Tony is. And I really had to keep it together.
Folks, I don't know if it really sunk in what I just said there. I drove past the funeral home last night, and the thought that my brother is in there, I can't reach him. There's nothing I can do. And he's right there. He's just across there, and I can't reach him. In fact, the way things are set up, the authorities there, they will not allow you to see him until the autopsy is done. So even if I go there, they won't allow me. Yeah, so he's there by himself.
I've been when I pass by to him, thinking, is he cold?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. He's there in a refrigerator and whatever that temperature is, and just trying to keep him together until his farewell. Boy, tell you.
How are you old enough though?
Yeah. I mean, I have to. For me, I put it well, I wouldn't say I put it to the back of my mind, but I try to think of it like, okay, what I have now is his memory.
Yes.
Okay, it's his memory, because the reality is that he's just not there anymore. It's just a memory. So I think maybe that's what helps me to be strong and to continue.
But I will say this, I am so proud of you for your courage, your strength. It took a lot from you to come back and sit on this chair, knowing that he isn't there later on in the day, and having to see me, which would automatically make you remember him, and the staff and his significant other and his friends. It takes a lot of courage to do what you do, and I love you.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yesterday when I was paying tribute to him, playing all his favorite songs, I know those songs that he loves so much. One of them is This Masquerade by George Benson.
Right.
And there's the guitar riff. Tony, he knows every ping and pang of that song.
Yes, he does.
And he would just be downstairs there. See, somebody plays that song, and he's just going. He's just, oh my gosh, man.
He just sings. He just goes into his own world. And now that you say that, sometimes he comes upstairs and he's like, Kina, the songs that you play, and he's dancing. One thing about Tony, he brings life wherever he goes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that, I feel better now. Not that he's gone, but in how I deal with him being gone, accepting it, because there's so many memories, so many wonderful memories. When I feel sad or down, I remember something else.
Yes, yes.
So it keeps me, it prevents me from crying and going into that place. And I do have, when you have a good support system, the calls are overwhelming, the text messages are overwhelming. I will admit that. So I would say to people, yeah, you may be calling Andre Paul, you may try out to reach me, even sending WhatsApp messages, and you don't see the WhatsApp messages being responded or anything of that sort. It's not that we don't want to respond to it, but every time a message comes, just dealing with that, it's like so much. It's like a weight. It opens a floodgate of emotions, and you do not know how to deal with it, and you begin to shut down.
And I'm trying, and let me just say that again, just in case you didn't hear me say so yesterday. Many of you have been trying to reach me. It's not that I don't see the call. I see the call coming through, but I'm dealing with another one. In other words, somebody else is calling me, or I'm speaking on the phone, because the cell phones, you can be on the phone and you can see another call coming in. Also the text messages as well, and I'm trying my best to respond to all. I'm trying my best. So you just have to wait your turn. I'll eventually get to you. So let me just apologize, because some people have been calling. I have not been able to answer. In fact, up to last night, I think Lotus has been trying to reach me. My friend Nola has been trying to reach me. And imagine, I finally was able to call Lotus last night.
Oh, well, at least you finally did.
And Nola after that.
They must have been worried sick.
And of course, you have people coming home to visit us. In fact, up to last night, I had visitors there up until about 10 o'clock?
Oh, wow. And I will say some other people actually reached out through to get in touch with you. Madrina Monroe, she reached out. Dr. Phil and his wife, Pastor Dr. Phil and his wife.
Let me just mention something about Dr. Phil. on Monday morning, I go to work as I normally do. I go there about 4:15, and I saw a vehicle, which is something you just don't. I don't see vehicles here around that time. I'm usually the only one about to open up and so on. So I saw a vehicle there. I saw the lights on. I say, hey, who in that love zone there?
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? I'm thinking, who in that love zone?
Right.
I see Pastor Phil coming outside at 4:50, telling me, are you okay? Can I come and sit with you and so on? Right? I said, no, Pastor Phil, I'm all right. I'll manage. So Pastor Phil, let me say it publicly. Thank you very much. Thank you for your concern. I really do appreciate that. And not just Pastor Phil, everybody else who's been showing concern. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I'm trying my best to manage, because as they say, the show must go on. So I have to be strong enough to ensure it can go on, because there's certain things that we have to do. We have contractual obligations here, and I don't want to let people down, right? So I have to do what I have to do. And I just try my best during the time to put it at the back of my mind somewhere. And then, of course, when I leave now and I go downstairs, I'm just back into the zone, which is that I've lost my brother, and this is somebody I grew up with, and he's been there with me. He's my best. Now, funny enough, I'm not his best friend, Farokafo
Farokafo
is his best friend.
I remember the name.
Yeah, but he's my best friend.
I remember the name.
Yeah.
I remember
Tony's my best friend. I'm not his best friend.
You know, a lot of
Farokafo
times
is
that
best friend.
happens, though. You might be someone's, but you might think somebody. Well, you've chosen someone to be your best friend, but they've got another best friend, and that's okay. That's all part of friendship.
Tony would come home, right, on a good day, and we'd sit and there comes a time he just has to say, hey, Andre, I have to go, because he says to me, he'll call, he says, I'm coming over just for 2 minutes.
Right.
2 minutes, and this ends up being an hour plus. Because we get into other things, and it's a joke here, a joke there, and he has a way of making me laugh. I have a way of making him laugh as well. Yeah, we have a whale of a time, a whale of a time. So he shares his personal business with me. I share with him. So we just have that kind of that relationship and that connection. And also, I think we really set a good example for other families here when my brother and myself can be there vibing together.
Yeah,
I mean, once in a while, we get a little angry at each
And
other.
it's good because it happens. That's all part
once
of,
in a while, we get a little angry at each other. But he was mature enough to know that, hey, it's just a temporary thing. I'm angry, you're angry, but we know we don't take it any further than that, right?
Yes.
So him being here with me for the last almost 2 years, I think we set a good example as to what family is supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
I remember when we first opened the radio station, a guy said to me, Andre, I mean, family don't work together. Family don't work together. They don't work well together at all. And for you guys to do that, yeah. And I always said to him, Tony, we have a vibe, we have a history, right? So right now, all little secrets we have concerning our grandfather, our grandmother, we can't give them jokes anymore because you don't know them.
I know some, but it won't be the same.
It won't be the same.
But you can still tell, because a lot of what your grandparents taught you, a lot of the stories you shared, it allowed us to connect with, your family. It allowed us to connect with both you
and
Tony. And it was very powerful.
It was powerful.
Yes.
Really, really powerful.
Very
People actually loved it when we went down that road. Just talking about our grandparents and giving the jokes, making jokes out of them.
Yes.
Behind their back. People love that. I mean, we get the comments all the time. Yeah. So, I mean, Tony was a class act, man.
Yeah.
Class act. Anyway, let me just bring listeners up to date. I should hear from the hospital today. I was with them on the phone up to last night, as a matter of fact. So they're trying their best to see if they can get this autopsy organized for tomorrow, I believe. And of course, the orders are very clear that I have to be there. But not to see. I don't want to see the process, but I have to be there. I have to sign, this sort of thing. And this is, I think, his girlfriend Michelle says she wants to be there as well, not to see, but just to see him before. Because I don't think she hasn't seen him since he passed.
Friday.
Yeah. So I know it's going to be a very emotional time for her. Yeah. Just seeing him again, it's going to be really, really emotional.
He's not coming back.
Yeah. So that's where we are. And after that, I spoke with the funeral home yesterday. So we already know costs and everything. I think we have a date already planned. Most likely the last Friday in this month. Most likely, we're looking at 2:00 in the afternoon at the Leclerc Church. So I believe that's the plan. It may change. You never know, but that's the plan. We've been in touch with the church already. I think that time is actually available. So we're looking at the last Friday in the month, 2:00 in the afternoon. If there's any change, of course, we will let our listeners and family and friends, etc., know that we've changed those plans. But that's where we are. That's where we are right now. But I cannot move on. I can't do anything until this autopsy is performed. And the police made it very, very clear that we have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, he didn't die at the hospital. Well, yeah, because he didn't die at the hospital.
Yes, he did.
He died before that. Yes. Okay. So, anything in particular you want to mention, Kina? Except it has to be. I guess you'll talk about Tony again.
So, but I also want to just add something that you said. Pastor Phil is an amazing person. Sunday morning I got up and I was crying. I'd just spoken with my mom and she, tried to, calm me down and everything. I was like, okay, Mom, I'm going to be okay. And I started praying whilst I was crying. And the call came from Pastor Phil. And I spent the entire day with him, pretty much, from after 10 till about after 6. And he really, really did help me. I went to church. I did my debriefing with him. And he and Clarissa are just amazing souls. And when you have individuals like that in St. Lucia, especially when you have them in your life, that's an added bonus. And we always hear that God sends people at the right time. And that was definitely the right time. Had it not been for Pastor Phil, I think I would have been, and Clarissa, I would have been worse than I am right now. I wouldn't be able to sit here. Even my mom says, with everything my mom says, with everything Gigi says, I fit Junior in the text, and you have conversations. But just having someone explain to you what death really is, what the Bible says, and puts you in a space that is comforting, that you could actually listen, they could actually listen to you, you know, and just allow you to speak. And I really needed that, and I pray that many St. Lucians would get that same thing, have someone like that in their lives.
Well, let me just remind our listeners and viewers that we have Pastor Phil here at Rev-Up every Thursday from 11:30 with the healing process. As well, let me just say, so we have a new program starting tomorrow, Wednesday, from 10 o'clock. That's going to be Mind Matters with Dr. Julius Gilead. Now, let me just say thank you to Dr. Gilead as well, because he actually came in studio yesterday. Well, came in the office and kind of waited there for me until I was finished. And he asked me if I want to talk and stuff, and he's there. So I really appreciate that. So thank you very much, Pastor Phil, and thank you very much, Dr. Gilead, for being there.
Yeah.
Right, and especially Dr. Gilead. I've only recently known him, maybe a couple of months. Yes, I met him on Doctor in the House, and we started talking about the possibility of having that show. So it's actually going to be a reality.
Right.
So, folks, we in a world has a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. Okay, so these programs will certainly help us be better people, better citizens of the country, and contribute a lot more positively. Yeah, because Dr. Gilead in particular, okay, he's a psychiatrist, so he delves really, really, really deep
into.
As a matter of fact, Dr. Gilead's first subject, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow at 10 o'clock, will be around suicide. Okay, and I think he's planning to have somebody who tried to commit suicide on the show.
Program.
Yeah,
Okay.
so tomorrow. So that's something to look forward to.
I also hope that even with us in our pain, that many St. Lucians who are listening, many St. Lucians who are viewing, whether it be on DBS, on Facebook, can relate to that. And it could change our perspective on death, how we show how empathetic we are to individuals grieving, because a lot of the times people tend to judge. And I want to see that judgment that happens during someone's grieving process. I want to see it stop. So I hope that they could learn from, what we are going through and how we handle it, because it's raw, it's unfiltered. And to any other person out there who's listening, who's grieving the loss of a loved one, whether recent or years and still grieving, I feel for you, and I'm sorry that your loved one is no longer with you, but there's so many different things that you can do to ease the pain that you feel. And that's exactly why we are here too. We go through sometimes some things and we wonder why we go through it, but ultimately God knows the end result of that, and I strongly believe it.
And there's a flip side to that coin, because there's certain people who do not know how to show compassion and empathy as well.
Yes.
So as you said a while ago, I feel sorry for you. I feel I really do feel sorry for you, that you cannot show empathy and compassion. My gosh, you're in a bad place.
Bad place, yeah. I definitely need help.
You're in a bad place, because you have people who are hurting and you do not know how to show empathy and compassion to people who are hurting. You're in a bad place.
Very.
So I strongly suggest you listen to programs like what Dr. Gilead will be having on Mind Matters, as well as Dr. Phil.
The healing process.
The healing process. You need healing.
Yes.
All right, good. Okay, so let me just take care of some other matters.
Sure.
I know Yaslin is listening.
Yaslin. Good morning, Yas.
Yes, good morning to Yaslin and the entire family at the Tomaso Bread Place. By the way, when we were on 97.1 FM and the issues with the Friend station interrupting our broadcast, and of course later we had a revived RSL interrupting our broadcast as well, I was so happy. I drove up the Badlil Sunday night, Sunday night, was it? Sunday night? Yeah, I was listening to our station, nice and clear, all the way up the Battle Hill, all the way down the Battle Hill, up to when you get to Tomaso. I parked the vehicle next to the bread place because at one point you couldn't get the station there at all. We just cut off, right? And loud and clear.
I'm happy to see that smile in your
Loud
face.
and clear.
And, that-
Loud and clear.
and your eyes just lighting up right now.
And then I drove.
I know how you felt about it.
I drove down to the Denry Valley and so on. Oh, man.
Good answer your prayers, isn't it?
So today I'll be heading down Monrepo. So I'll take a
so
little
just
step
kinda,
further.
right.
And soon, of course, I'll be heading down south,
Right.
all the way down to Labrie soon. So I want to make
And
sure.
then the West Coast as well.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'll be going there soon as well. But I know for sure we had a good signal up until Ancillary. That's the 97.1. I imagine it's probably much improved. Much improved. That's for sure.
Yes.
So what happens between Ancillary and Canaries, I'll soon find out.
You'll soon find out. Okay.
Yeah, but I know Soufrière for sure, and Soufrière and environs up to Choiseul going down to Labrie, and of course down to Vieux-Fort. My gosh, man, we solid in those areas. Okay, but the little tricky part is just between Ancillary and Canaries.
Okay.
A lot of the stations have issues there, yeah, because of the hills and so on, the mountains. Okay. So special good morning to Yaslin and her family. So at the Tomaso Bread Place today is going to be stewed turkey, baked chicken, seasoned rice, mac and cheese, lentils, and tossed salad. All right? So stewed turkey, baked chicken, seasoned rice, mac and cheese, lentils, and tossed salad. And the usual sea moss flavors including coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular sea moss with flaxseed and chia seeds. All the stuff that gives you good gut health.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
good gut health. I think when science starts to study fiber a lot more, they've studied
it. There are so many studies out already.
I suspect when they really go in depth with this thing, because you never really see a study on fiber per se. I expect when you see they go in depth in this thing to talk about the whole gut health, how important the gut health is. My gosh, man, I think we're going to be freaking out. But in time. So again, don't forget, it's stewed turkey, baked chicken, seasoned rice, mac and cheese, everybody's favorite. I don't know a person who doesn't like mac and cheese. Huh?
I think everybody loves mac and cheese.
Everybody loves mac and cheese.
Except if they're lactose intolerant.
What do you think? Why do you think we love mac and cheese like that?
Cheesy?
The cheese for sure. Yeah?
This is how it tastes. It's creamy, depending on who makes it, and the crusts. Sometimes you could put.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's different. It's different than any other pie that you can make.
Yes, but I would just suggest that we don't consume too much of it.
Yeah.
Because the cheese and stuff has a lot of fat as anything else.
Plus the milk.
Yeah, the milk, right? But hey, this is something we can enjoy.
Right.
You can enjoy. Just be temperate. You say, for example, when Yaslin has that there today, you enjoy it today, right? Because she won't have that tomorrow. So you chill. You don't go looking for it another place.
But some people just love mac and cheese.
But as I'm saying.
They just love it, and they can't do without it. I used to be like that at one point in time. I could have mac and cheese every single day.
Serious?
You know when you bake it and you just put it in the refrigerator and then you can warm it up?
Days.
Oh my gosh, that let me tell you, especially if you leave alone. So I think some people can relate.
But the advice I'm giving, I'm saying beautiful, right?
Yes.
Okay,
with moderation.
so you go to your husband's place today, you get the mac and cheese. That's it. Wait for next week.
It's for next week.
But to have it today, tomorrow, day after that, like Kina would, then we have a problem.
Then we
have a problem.
Moderation is always key. Yeah. So if I had to choose what Yaz has today, I would go with just.
And let me hear you. There's the stewed turkey, the baked chicken, seasoned rice. Pardon?
Nah, I don't really like turkey. I'm not a turkey thing.
Okay. So you love the mac and cheese for sure.
Well, I'll stay away from the mac and cheese because I had mac and cheese on Sunday. When I got home.
Okay, so once a week now.
Yes. So I will not have it at all because I had it already. So I'll have salad and lentils.
Yeah.
Because you have been drumming in my head over the last couple. Fiber.
Yeah.
And I will say it works, actually. Yeah.
It does. It does.
That's what my mom says, so thank you.
Yeah.
It's been working.
It does. And put a lot on the plate. Yeah, put a lot on the plate.
Moderation
and it is good.
Till I get to the lot on the plate.
It is good. I mean, lentils, any type of pea. Like my grandmother loves the black-eyed peas.
I had black-eyed peas on. Is it black-eyed peas on Sunday? Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
she loves it. Exactly. It has a sort of taste like boje. This is like the black eyed peas. It has a taste reminiscent of something I know. Oh gosh, it doesn't come to mind right now. But black eyed
Tastes
peas.
like peas.
No, it has this taste. It has this taste. And then imagine you have that, and these days avocado is in season.
Oh my!
So you have the lentils with some avocado.
I had black.
Oh my
peas
gosh.
and avocado on Sunday.
Man.
Let me tell you. Ugh.
So you have the lentils, you have the avocado, and then you have the baked chicken with that. Okay, and the tossed salad with that as well. Oh man, you can't go wrong. you can't go wrong.
But you know what? Sometimes I think comes to mind. Why do we have so many portions on our plates?
So many portions.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
portions.
have, we have a lot.
Tony used to love a mountain on his plate, and I see when he starts there, I tell him, "You're going to work."
You just leave him with his
Yes,
food,
let
right?
me go.
Yes,
Let me go.
No, don't disturb him.
He starts from the bottom of the mountain, and boy, he digs and digs and digs and digs. I plate finished.
Yeah.
But he cool off over the years. He cool off. He cool off.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a natural thing. The older we get, we just naturally eat less. Because I find myself eating less now.
I was always eating less though,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still the same way. People think, okay, you're putting away because hey, you eating a lot now.
But it's what you're eating. That's the thing.
I don't eat that much, and I don't eat a lot of junk food. Hardly ever, really.
Mm-hmm.
If I do eat mac, like I said, that's way back in my 20s. But now, no, I don't eat mac and cheese every day. No. No, I do everything in moderation. Like I said before, my mom, I grew up in a house.
So when did you start? Yesterday?
No, more than 5 years ago.
the moderation.
More than 5 years ago, because my mom always drums it, like not drums it in my head, but she raised us in a very healthy household, and she's a healthy eater. So I've always been that way. And something that we don't, I was having a conversation just yesterday with a friend of mine. Sorry, going off just a little bit here. And we were talking about weight gain. And some people automatically assume that you're putting on weight because you're eating a lot. There's polycystic ovary syndrome. Some people put on weight because they're highly stressed. There could be a number of contributing factors for somebody gaining weight or somebody losing weight. I don't think that it's anybody's responsible. You shouldn't be judging and just coming and be like, oh, you're putting on weight because maybe you eat less. Like, how you know I ain't eating less already? Like, where do you come with
exactly how
that?
you arrive at that conclusion?
Right, when you arrive at that conclusion. And sometimes as well, the way people treat individuals who are actually either gaining weight or losing weight, they figure, okay, umala dabai wivo, or something of that sort. And sometimes the person really doesn't want to hear that at that time. And you know what I have done and I've said? I think I took that from my sister, God bless her soul. She said, when she was here, right, every time she went, somebody's like, oh, gago so, and she said, you know what? Every time somebody said that to you, give me $1. You want me to go to the gym? Give me $1. She said by the time she made just like from one end to another, $50. Because everybody was commenting, oh, you're putting on weight, you this, whatever. Pay me. So from now on, if anybody, make sure you're going to come and tell me, hey, why are you putting on what? Bring that $1. I'm gonna bank it. And
now,
maybe go to the gym.
There's a flip side to that. I understand what you're saying. And by the way, just to support what you said a while ago, I think a few weeks ago, Dr. Suraj, who's going to be here this evening, by the way, from 6 o'clock for Doctor in the House, he spoke about what they call the overactive thyroid.
Right, that's another problem.
So that's another issue that causes people to put on weight. And that's not really the person's fault. You understand? You have an overactive. We have all kinds of issues. Overactive this, overactive that, and the other. And sometimes, boy, you're struggling to find out how to deal with the problem. And sometimes there's just nothing much you can do except maybe take medication. And the medication now, it comes with its issues.
With side effects and all of that.
Yeah, some people on medication for the rest of their life. Some people have it really, really, really rough.
Yeah.
However, I just want to make a little point there about the flip side to the thing about people saying you put on weight. Sometimes the putting on the weight is really our fault.
Oh yes, that too.
Right, that does happen.
Yes, it
that does happen.
Yes.
So when somebody brings that to your attention, don't get angry. It's just a little wake-up call for you to check yourself. Because sometimes we ourselves already notice it, the little weight that we're putting on. We feel a little, we put the clothes on.
It's a bit tight, all of that,
right? And somebody says to you, hey, you put on weight, man. So while I know we don't like to hear it, but it's a little wake-up call. I'll tell you why I say that. I'll tell you why it's important. Because being overweight, right, the research is clear.
Yeah.
it is associated with illness over a period of time.
Over a long period.
Over a period of time,
Yes.
right? So what it's like, that's the first sign of trouble down the road. So
Yeah.
when somebody says that to you, sometimes it does hurt for true,
It does, yeah.
right? But if you know, I'm saying if you know
that
that
you're
you're
doing
the one.
anything to contribute
Yeah.
to you gaining weight, then
Yeah.
it should be a wake-up
if
call.
if
and I
for
have to
example you
agree.
find yourself waking up
Yes.
at 9 o'clock in the night, you're killing an ice cream. When you put the tub down, you go back
You go
after
back
it
at
again.
it,
You see you eating
right.
an entire tub of ice cream by yourself
Yes.
every evening,
Yes.
no. So when somebody says that to you, say, hey, maybe I need to now check
Yes,
myself.
yes. I agree. I have to agree. And not only that, we have, I know, I'm just going to say it, last week Roger was here and he has a program now, Hydro Drugs or something, I can't remember.
I listened.
But he now has, started from yesterday, so you could go to the gym for 7 days and not pay anything. It's free. You could bring, a family member, you could bring a child along with you and then sign up for gym membership after that. So he's in Rodney Bay. Check him out and so on and see what happens after that.
Let me ask you something. Tell me what you think of this. Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines. I don't think they fly to St. Lucia. At least I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
no.
So if you do not fit into within the armrests of the seat that you're on during the flight, you say you're taking space on the other seat, you have to not pay for it.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
You're no longer one person. You're now taking up 2 seats.
So
I know some people will feel some kind of way, but really and sure, that's exactly what's happening.
So that's one problem now we may have again with the overweight issue. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying so a while ago. So now you end up spending much more money,
More money.
right?
And in some cases that it relates to clothes and so on, there is a price tag too associated with that, the bigger the size, depending on the store. Yeah.
And if you're
Not in
over,
St. Lucia, but other places.
so another problem is that if you are extremely overweight, when it comes to a casket, choosing a casket for you, right?
That's more material.
You have to get more, and it's more expensive.
and more expensive.
So, what I know we're very sensitive about those things,
Yeah, man.
but this is the reality.
That's
So
the
Southwest Airlines, it'll be interesting to see because if they start it,
The
I
other
imagine
airlines,
others, they're
just
going to
like
follow suit.
Look at baggage, and now you have to pay for extras and
because you're taking up two seats
seats.
because you can't fit into just the one there. You need a lot more armrest.
And it goes back to as well, I would like to add, even with weight gain, there are some individuals, depending on the gene, a particular gene, because scientists are now looking into it, no matter what they try, they're still, gaining the weight. I think people like Oprah has that gene and some other people has it. So no matter what they do, they would still be gaining the weight. And there are people that I know right here in St. Lucia that are vegan and have been for years. They grew up being vegan and they're overweight. So what's really happening?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get penalized for certain things that's out of your control, but sometimes we just have to accept it, or that's the only thing I could say.
Let me get your take on something else. There's an advertisement, right, which appeared, I think, in the UK, involving females who are unhealthily thin, unhealthy, because when you look at the individual, you could tell it's like they just look gaunt, but they're models.
They're models, right?
So in the UK now, there's a watchdog. They monitor those things, and they said that these advertisements need to be stopped because the people in the ad, the models, they look unhealthily thin. Okay, so there seems to be a lot of support for that. However, and by the way, do you support that? If they look unhealthy,
Unhealthily thin, yeah.
right? So opponents now brought up a very interesting point. They said, okay, well, all right, if you're going to ban the ads that show women who are unhealthily thin, how about banning those now who show people who are unhealthily fat?
There's a two-sided.
Right?
And there are big size models as well.
Exactly. And they said nobody
right,
targets
nobody
that.
targets
Nobody
that.
targets that. You can be as big as you want to be and no problem, but we're not banning those ads, but we're banning
we all
those.
know where it stems from, though, because most people don't really pick on individuals that are a smaller size. They don't, except if you're in high school. They usually think that you're healthier unless you're painfully thin.
Right,
You know,
right.
that kind of thing. And even then, they don't peek on you. If somebody's peeking on you, but usually people comment when someone is
Overweight.
overweight. And if they do, they would think that you're just sick or something, and they assume. And usually that's what happens. But I do agree to a certain extent, you know, because on one end,
Agree
you're
with
saying,
what? With what?
with those opposing too.
Okay. I
Because
get
on
you.
one end you're saying, hey, well, you know, you looking gaunt, you're painfully thin, and we do not want to promote that. On the other end, you have models who are, if what's good for the goose should
It's
be
good for the
yeah,
gander.
right. So
Exactly.
I agree.
Yes, yes. But I think maybe that stems from the whole thing about people being aware of people who are overweight being bullied because they're overweight.
And that's where it
so I
stems
think
from.
the push has been now, hey, let's chill. Leave the people alone. You remember once upon a time they had what Miss Big and Beautiful. They've been trying to get people to accept that if that's the way you are, to accept yourself and be happy.
And be happy
Yeah.
with that.
Now, you know, a couple of weeks ago I read a story. Maybe I'm sure you probably came across that, knowing your eyes for those things. I think it was Serena Williams.
Oh,
She spoke about start using those.
starting this weight loss drug.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. So she was saying that she was noticing that she's putting on
She was
weight
putting
and so
on weight
on.
over a period
And I
of
rather
time.
suspect she's probably feeling frustrated because she probably thinks she's doing the right thing.
And not only
And why
that,
am I
she
putting
was
on
an
weight?
athlete, exercising and everything. Then she had 2 children and so on. And even before that, she
Which one
was
is a vegan among the two? Because they're sisters.
is who?
The Serena Williams and her sister. There's one that's vegan.
I think it's Venus.
Venus?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Serena she's having some issues.
She yes, and she actually, what the product she's taking is something that her husband her husband is the brainchild behind it.
Oh, okay.
And she's lost.
It wasn't the same
lot
thing
of
that
weight.
Oprah is taking?
Well, Oprah is taking. Oh my gosh, I can't remember that name right now. It will come eventually. But yeah, it's the same thing. But Serena Williams is taking 3 different ones to help with her weight loss. So
To control the appetite
to
and
control
stuff?
the appetite and suppress it and everything of that sort.
Mhm.
And she lost a lot of weight. And even before she came out, people were making fun of her online. And I honestly, you know, if somebody says they're struggling to lose weight, and that's what they want to do. It's not your body. Let them, because mentally it's doing something to them. How do you dictate what somebody does? How do you feel that it's okay to take to social media and have comments and give your views
I agree
and
with you. I agree.
mean-spirited? I can never understand it.
But remember I said so earlier? I said those people who aren't able to show
Yeah.
compassion and empathy, even if you feel that way, you shouldn't come out and start because you figure you're hiding behind some pseudonym and you can get away with it.
Yes.
That's mean. You're
It's being
mean.
yeah. But
Okay?
she really wanted to lose weight, and she did what she thought was best for her, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And many people are going that route as well. So let them do what they want to do.
Yeah, and guess what? We take pills for other things, don't we?
Oh,
We
yeah.
take pills for other things, whatever that may be that we need to use. So if the person turns to a pill to assist them, hey, let them do their thing.
Yeah. And I think they're quite aware of the side effects of it, but what they want is long-term results.
That is another thing.
And a lot of people will choose long-term results and the feeling of just feeling inadequate, or feeling that, you know what, I can't lose weight, the inadequacy that comes with that, other health challenges that may come with that. So maybe, though they're told that, you know what, you're going to have this complication if you continue taking this pill, for them sometimes it overrides, it's minuscule when the overall big picture of them, losing weight.
Yeah. Okay, so Kina, I know you do charity work and so on, and I mean I hope we all do some sort of charity work on a different level. Some people go about there's a, what they call it, the kitchen, what do they call it, the soup kitchen. Some people decide to do it like that. I believe you're involved in something like that, right?
Juanita, Go Feed My Lamb Ministries.
Okay, what's
I
it
haven't
called?
gone a
Go
little
Feed
bit.
My Lamb.
Go Feed My Lamb Ministry.
Okay.
She is in Castries every Saturday. And beyond that, she actually gives, food baskets. She gives clothes as well, and so many other things. And there's another person as well, Sharon. She has Baby Village Foundation, where she gives, she's another friend of mine, where she gives clothes to baby items and food stuff. to expectant mothers, and she does take care of fathers as well, and other things that she does as well. So both Juanita, Brittany, and Sharon Pinder, they do give back, and
Feed the Poor Ministry, buddy of mine.
My Lamb Ministry.
Yeah. You've heard of Feed the Poor Ministry, right?
Oh yeah, that's Gasper.
Right.
Yes.
He came to my home, of course, coming to extend condolences and so
Right.
on. And I was asking him how things are going with his ministry. And he told me that now he's moved over to providing breakfast now. Now, let me tell you, we have to say bravo to people like Casper,
Brittany,
Juanita, all those people. Because that takes a lot of effort for you to go to get sponsors and so on, people who are willing to either give you cash or food. Or that's a
You're
lot
literally
of work.
begging on others' behalf here.
I could imagine.
And not only that, it takes a lot because they have to prepare the food, they have to get volunteers to prepare the food, they have to use their vehicles or be going out there to ask people for different ways to transport, whether it be clothing items or food items, and do that. And it takes someone with heart, passion, someone who's passionate and with so much love for individuals to be doing
to do
that.
Something like that.
It takes a lot.
I mean, and in addition to that, the day that they have these drives would involve maybe a half day doing this thing, because as you said, you have to cook the food, you have to get it to the transportation.
And
you have to, when you're done now, you have to clean up all the stuff.
Yes.
Right. When you finish, you have to wash all the stuff. That's a huge sacrifice.
And the numbers of people that are being helped in our society, we have so many individuals in St. Lucia that are doing it. It's not just one. Maybe back a few years ago, you maybe had 5. Now you have more than 5 people doing it.
I just remember a little joke.
What's that?
One time I remember I think they were on Brazil Street near the RC boys' school there. And I was passing by and I saw the fellas there with those plates of food and looking really nice, including some mac and cheese inside there.
Yeah.
You know I wanted to go and ask for some. Looking so nice on the plate.
Yeah.
I was tempted to say, give me some food, man.
and I know for both Sharon and Juanita, and I'm sure that happens with the others as well. You have some individuals who are just, they might not be individuals that are less fortunate. They may be working, but they don't have enough money to get by. And sometimes when they're there and they're providing meals for those who are less fortunate, they do come around and they get. Maybe you come in, you're walking in Castries, and if there's enough and you come ask, they will get,
Now, folks, just in case you're wondering why is Andre talking about that, well, on the 5th of September is International Day of Charity.
Yes.
Okay? And I think they're saying that one of the things, the disappointing things about this sort of work is that now you have less volunteers. And I wonder what's going on. What could be causing that?
Reasons why? Because for some individuals, they want to get back. I'm giving my time. I'm giving my energy. I want back. And for some individuals, they might just be too busy to volunteer. It could be a number of factors. But volunteers are needed. And if you could volunteer to any charitable organization, I say, why not do it?
And I also feel that we should not again be, judging people. I see nothing wrong if maybe a business place, right, or government would step in and compensate the people who are doing this work,
right. And
because that would help get more volunteers coming in because they're getting some kind of reward. Let me tell you, when the Red Cross and so on, you had them going to Haiti to do work, you think they just go in there just so, right? You have to have a place to stay. You must have food and things like that, right? But I think we have a sort of tendency in St. Lucia to think that once it's this sort of thing, you're supposed to do it for free.
Yes.
Right? You have youth at risk. Okay, you want to help them, you got to do it for free. You have you want to teach teach the youth how to play the pan, for example. You got to do it for free. It's part of your civic responsibility. Yes, I understand that, right? But I think people who are doing those things should get some kind of compensation to encourage them.
Compensated somewhere,
right? Even if it helps them with buying the utensils, it helps them paying for gas. Because remember, these people also, they have to leave their family
They have their
at
families
home.
to take care of and leave their families and go to it. Yes.
Who knows if they have to pay a babysitter? Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
So we shouldn't just take it for granted and figure as though these people just must do that. No.
And the other thing I want to add as well, you have instances where individuals, they may have clothes that they do not want to use. And they take it to charity. They figure, it's charity. some of the things have stains on them and they have holes. Why would you do not want it? You're not going to use it. Why would you give it to charity?
Let me tell you, I remember I
For
was
someone
talking.
to wear.
Let me add to what you're saying. I remember years ago, I think he's deceased right now. He was the head of the Red Cross there. And he was telling me what a particular, he told me exactly who did it, right? At that time they were asking for clothes and so on. And he said this particular company, right, they sell clothes. They basically dumped a set of stuff that was not good on them, right? The stuff was not good. And now basically the Red Cross had to dispose
of it, because that's what happens. You're not going to give it to anyone because it's no good.
So they didn't want to go through the hassle of disposing
of it.
So they say, okay, you want clothes? You want clothes? Look clothes now.
I don't think that's something that
terrible.
should be done.
It's terrible.
It's not. It's yeah.
I forgot the name of the gentleman. I think he passed right now.
Yeah, it's a peer.
Right. He told me about that incident. I said, Missy, somebody can do. So that's why I said it earlier. Some of us aren't able to show compassion and sympathy, and if that's you, we're talking about there, you're in a bad place.
You are.
Okay?
Yes.
Because God don't like that kind of attitude at all. It's best you don't even give.
Yeah.
If that's what you're doing. Right?
I totally agree with that.
So if you know you're that kind of person, I'm saying you because I know for sure I try not to be like that. And let me just make another point again. Some of us may not be involved in doing charity by having a soup kitchen, but we have other things that we do to show charity to other people. Okay? There's some people that are struggling. Some people have it really, really, really hard. Okay? And to know that once that person sees you coming, oh my God, here comes an angel. Because you know that person is struggling, not for a fact.
Yes.
You know what they're going through. And then you are coming now, probably on a daily basis, coming to that person to help relieve their stress. Right? And you should be like a little angel. When person see you coming, they say, oh my God, it's an angel without wings coming.
Yeah.
An angel without wings.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, wouldn't that something else to see you in a tough place? Maybe you, I don't know, you have a flat tire or something, you're female, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you see a figure coming up to you to ask you if you want help. That figure could come there for one of two reasons: to try to rape you as a woman, or to genuinely help you. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing that when you're silhouetted, and after your face gets touched by the moonlight, the person sees Andre Paul, and the person says, oh my God, thank God it's Andre that's there.
Right.
Can you imagine that? That's a beautiful feeling.
It's a beautiful feeling,
compared to another face coming there, and that face, you know what I mean?
That you know what the person is coming to do.
Boy.
Not to help you at that time, but to take advantage of you.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That once you see the person who's in trouble, they see you coming.
They know. They're
There's
relieved.
relief.
They know you're going to help them.
Yeah. There's relief coming.
And that's
not
the
just
message
talk.
we want to bring across today. Be of service to someone else.
That's right. You don't have to necessarily do it in a soup kitchen, although that's a beautiful thing. But there are other ways that you can help people. There are other ways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Many other ways.
And I
Right?
also,
Sometimes just a quick thing. You are maybe a bank. Yeah? Maybe you're a credit union, for example. I'm not saying you do that for everybody.
Right.
But there's some people the person genuinely cannot afford to repay that loan. They've fallen on hard times. They're not working. And here's an opportunity for you to show some compassion. And instead of seizing the person's property, right, to say, you know something, we should have a policy where people genuinely cannot afford, and to put them outside because you figure you want to recoup what's owed to you. I met a guy at a bank on Saturday, and I was saying to him, I said to him, partner, every time I see you, I always remember one thing, because he gave me a story. He was driving, I won't say who he was driving for, but he was driving in a particular area, and he said a mango fell on his windscreen and cracked it. Okay, he had to get it changed. So he went on the property to ask who owns the mango tree. So somebody said to him, the lady that lived in that house there. The man said when he came and he looked and he saw the lady coming outside to him, he said, he just turned around. He said, you know something? Because he said, Andre, I knew the lady could not afford just one look. Although sometimes we misjudge people. she
That is
probably have
true.
a few
She probably
millions
have a few-
underneath the
yeah,
bed.
she can.
You know, but he said, tell me, you saw the lady looking decrepit and so. He said,
Right.
no, that's all right, because she was asking him, what can I do for you? He said, that's all right. I met him on Saturday. I said to him, partner, every time I see you, that's
You
the story I remember. And he said to me, boy, Andre, if I tell you something, right? You know how the amount of blessings I've received because of that already? You know, I mean, I was more than well taken care of. Who did this, who did that, who did the other. He was telling me, but just on the weekend, I met him at the bank. Yeah.
And the Bible speaks clearly of service
Yeah.
to others and how beneficial that is for you as an individual. It makes you more of a happy person, and God gives back. Because people have the tendency to think, you know what, if I give, I don't gain back, and I ain't giving nothing, that person took advantage of me and that. But if you have to continue thinking that way, you will never help anybody.
You're in a bad place.
And even when you might, because we just never know what will happen to us. Today you might have millions of dollars. Today you might have that house. Something happens. You've fallen on hard times. Maybe you were told that you have a particular illness, and obviously that comes with a lot of medical bills, and you then begin to struggle. Sometimes you might have a mental condition and not even be aware of it, and you fall on hard times as well. You just never know,
You
because
don't know what's
when you
coming.
help, don't think that it will never happen to me. It might not happen to you, but you have children, you have other family members. So being of service to others is the best thing that you could do for yourself and for the community.
I want to mention a couple of little things there
We all thrive.
before we end. Two players in the U.S. Well, I think one in Missouri, the other one in Texas. They won the $1.8 billion
Finally,
Powerball.
someone won.
Yeah, on Saturday. Saturday's draw. You know what's $1.8 billion? That's $1,800,000,000. And you have a choice. Either you could take the ticket in a lump sum, I think before taxes. You have $410.3 million or $893.5. You can take that one annually.
Okay.
If you're a young person, I guess you can do that
The
over a
annual,
35-year
over
period. So you get a certain amount of money every month, a few $1 million just coming into your bank account there every month. You're good to go for the rest of your life. So two people won that kind of money, 1.8 billion US dollars. So
For days you were reading that.
congratulations,
Yeah,
you know.
congratulations,
I'm
whoever
sure
they
Tony, Hemi Tony, see,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're in a much better place for sure than the person who's there struggling.
Yes.
Right? They're in a much better place. However, I think I made that point the other day. You getting that kind of money doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. Okay?
That too,
Because
yes.
you know the happiness you're going to feel. I can tell you what the happiness is. The happiness is when you see the money ends up in your hands or in your account.
In your account, yes.
You feel so
Because you
happy.
didn't have that before.
Yeah, you didn't
so
have
now
that.
you do have it.
So there's
yeah.
a thrill that comes from that. But you give that 6 months,
Yeah.
a year, whatever the case may be, you don't feel that thrill is
Nah,
not
it's
gone.
gone.
It is not. Trust me, it is gone. It's just a temporary thing that you feel, especially if you're having other challenges in your life. You have
In
a
your life,
GoPel.
yeah.
1.8 million can do nothing for you for a
Ain't gonna prevent a
GoPel. You understand?
GoPel,
You have your children giving you stress.
Yes.
$1.8 billion is nothing for you.
You have a
okay?
medical condition.
You have a exactly. Well, it might be able to help.
It might be able to help pay the bills and so on.
Yeah.
So don't have to worry, but
Okay.
still.
But I'm saying
It comes with it. I get it.
that initial feeling, you only get it once. You feel really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Wow, I collect that money. But every year, you're getting say you're getting 10 million every year come into your pocket. After
Yeah.
a while, no big deal. Yeah, right? Now, I mentioned one final thing which kind of related to that. But this guy there, he died last week. Mr. Versace Armani, Giorgio Armani. You know, that famous guy.
Yes.
Okay, perfume and fashion and
Yeah.
luxury goods and so on.
Fashion tycoon.
He was raking in like $2 billion a year.
Yeah.
2 billion, right? Now it's nothing compared to $1.8 billion there, right? But you're getting about $2 billion there every single year, just coming in. He did an interview. He died last week, age 91. And I'm reading. I read about his life. I found out that he was gay. He had a partner, a male partner. I really thought he was married. I really thought he was married. He has no children.
He has no children.
He has no children. So I don't know who's gonna get. I guess his partner will get
His partner?
everything.
Maybe. Or
I
maybe
hope
he's
so.
if he has a pet,
Yeah.
he might leave or give to charity.
Yeah. There's a lady one
Yeah.
time. She left. What was it? 10 million for her dog, her pet dog. $10 million to take care
Of a dog.
of a
Maybe she has
poodle.
some
a poodle. So anyway, I'm making a point. He was doing an interview, right? And they with the Financial Times, and they asked him if he had any regrets. Okay, now let me tell you exactly what he said. He said, I don't know if I'd use the word workaholic, okay? Because he's saying hard work is certainly essential to success. He's saying so, and it's true. We really do have to work hard. And I think if we are hard workers, we should feel proud of ourselves that we are working hard. So he says to you, that is contributing to your success. Can't get away from that. But he says there, my only regret, this is like raking in $2 billion a year. My only regret in this life was spending too many hours working and not enough time with friends and family. Remember I told you success leaves clues?
Mm-hmm.
These people tell you things.
Yes.
They tell you things. And I always said I think that God is the one making them do those things.
Mm-hmm.
So they will send a message to you and to me.
Right.
Right? Don't go down that road.
Don't go that route. You can be successful. There's ways that you can go ahead and do it, but it's very important as well, like he said, to spend time with friends and family.
That's right.
Because sometimes you're constantly busy. You're out of the house. Your significant other is not seeing you. You're not around your children. And when you are around them, you constantly focus on work. You're always on the go. So you're not spending quality time with them. So and by the time you're gone, they have nothing to remember, only that daddy or mommy was constantly working. Yes, he may have been a provider, but that other aspect, that connection with family, with your wife, it was gone. It was not there. It was pretty much non-existent.
And especially if you're already successful.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just starting off, things are rough. I understand. But you're already successful. You're raking in $2 billion a year, right? Every year you're raking in that kind of those kinds of resources. No problem. I don't envy people like that. Beautiful. I'm happy for you, right? At that point, you can literally say to yourself, you know something, man, this weekend, man, I'm putting everything down, and it's now time for me and my friends, me and my family.
For some individuals, it's very difficult to get into that space.
Why do you think that is so?
Because they haven't found balance as yet. And some other individuals, when they've gotten to the mind frame that I constantly have to provide for my family, I have to make sure that my wife has everything, I have to make sure that my children have everything, I'm not fully done with what I want to do yet, I need to do this, I need to do that, if something happened to me today. So they're constantly on the go, and they forget about themselves, and they forget about that connection with family, because they're so busy trying to work so hard so that their family, everything they think about is trying to leave a legacy, trying to support their family members, their wife, their children, and that they will never not have.
Maybe they think that if I don't rake in the $2 billion, that means now my mortgage may not be paid because they have this massive mansion and they have to keep up with this thing. Maybe, I don't know.
There could be several contributing factors, but connection is very important. And go ahead.
Yeah. When Tony and I decided to open the station, we said something, we promised ourselves something. We said, listen, we're going to be working hard. Highly unlikely we'll be taking any vacation for a while. Highly unlikely. Okay? So we already know that. But what we decided, we said, every holiday and every weekend, we are not working. We took that decision. Okay? And to the most part, we stuck. Tony wanted to do the Saturday morning, the 7 to 9. It was just 2 hours. Right? But we took that decision, right? Because we realized that if we keep going on and on like that every day, we're going to fall sick.
Yeah, your body needs rest.
Yeah.
If you keep pushing it to its limits, there's only so much that it can take. And eventually, it's going to break. It's going to crack.
And what we love the most is when you see you have a long weekend from Friday holiday up until about Tuesday Carnival, and Wednesday we go back to work.
Rest.
Yeah, so that's what we decided.
That's good.
Okay?
That's good.
Right. So we work hard. We work hard for the week, no problem. We do the 40 hours plus. When the weekend comes, chill.
Yes, rest.
Chill. That's why I see Tony used to look forward to his Friday night with his buddies.
And his Saturday night with Michelle. Saturdays with Michelle.
Yeah, but that's right. He had no intention of going to any work. Okay? Same thing with me. Right, when the weekend comes, I go and do my little playing and so on. That makes me feel happy, and go to the gym, whatever, just to, right? Nairobi came here, and I made up my mind. I said, hey, Nairobi, I got to make time for her.
Yes.
So I have to find somewhere around it, yeah? Okay? Yeah.
And I love that you brought that up because it really, really does matter that our connections and continuing to be there for family, not just working constantly, but creating memories with your family members and your friends is very important for a healthy life. You know, and in that too, agree to disagree. You know, if you have any disagreements, work at it amicably. Don't continue to be angry because sometimes, yes, you carry on, but you still have that animosity because you remember what that person did to you yesterday. You know, and that's not the way we should be. We need to be childlike in that regard.
Well said. Well said. Childlike. Okay. So let's get into the shout outs. And you'll do the WhatsApp. Tony will do the Tony will do Facebook.
Yes.
Totones.
Boy. Let's see. I'll go over to the WhatsApp platform first. What should I do? What do you think I should do?
Ask Tony.
Tones, what do you think I should do, Tones?
He look at you like this. He look at you like this.
Yeah. I'll do the WhatsApp platform. You know what? Facebook is usually really long.
Okay. So do the more
and we go
difficult
between
first.
that and that. So Tones I usually go first. So even though he's not here with us right now, I was just about to go to Facebook and so Tones, what's happening there? Okay, let me get my mouse. Okay, so let's go. Facebook platform it is. It's okay. Let's go. Let's see. And I should say that sometimes even though you send a message and you might be first, but it's what's on my screen. I'm going to read from top to bottom, okay? So bear with me. On screen, what I'm seeing here is that Sonia Joseph, she sent a message. Oh, I'm not seeing all the way to the top, but that's 53 minutes ago. She says, Andre, keep his memories alive. He would want you to continue with your life. Martha Sharp chimed in as well. She says, pleasant good morning, Mr. Andre and lovely Kina. Blessed love to Mr. Tony. Sleep well. Wonderful day, everyone. Peace and love. Power, strength, Mr. Andre.
Before you continue, because, you know, we're planning our second, everything was already planned already for our second anniversary. We're going to have an old school party. So, you know, I hope everybody that you come to enjoy because it's really about Tony in a sense because he loves old school.
Right.
Yeah, he loves old school. So the party, which is supposed to be on the 11th of October at the Sandals Golf and Country Club, that's in Cap Estate, it's going to be about old school. Now, I know people say, you know, they are little fans for the country and western. Maybe I drop one little two inside there, right? Anything else. Yes. But it's majority old school. Okay? So keep that in mind.
Right. Someone else says, okay, Red Maffa Shop. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, good morning to Andre Paul and beautiful Kina, especially Jay in heaven, until I come to my senses.
Jerome,
okay?
Yes.
Jerome.
Yes. Lucita and Joella, all our friends there taking Charmaine, Sharon, a whole bunch of them.
So many people. They're all feeling what we're feeling.
They're taking it hard.
They're taking it really hard. Lon Jules says, Andre and Kina, you both are doing what Tony would like you both to do. The show must go on. That's one way of keeping his memory alive.
Yeah. So come keep his memory alive on the 11th of October.
Yes.
Old school. Yeah. I'll have DJ Shotman there. I'll be there as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a whale of a time.
Yeah. Elita Flavius says, good morning, Andre and Tony and Kina. Can't stop us yet. Thank you, Elita. Thank you so much. Moving on. Lucita came back and she chimed in and she says, good morning, everyone on the live and radio garden. Share the link. Tony would chime in at that time and say something. So thank you so much, Lucita. Cecilia Francis says, Andre, death is hard. If you never experience death, you will not know the pain, but it hurts like hell. Be strong for you and your family.
Thank you.
Salette Dubre Camille, she chimed in and she says, good day. All blessings now and always. Keep the faith, everyone. Thanks, Salette.
Thank you very much.
Sonia Joseph says, I love the flowers you all placed for him. Thank you, Sonia. Anne Sabrina says, good morning, Kiki and Andre. It's a bittersweet week for us, the Rev-Up family. I applaud you, Andre. You were very strong until Kina broke you down yesterday.
Yes. And she was supposed to be
I mean, I was supposed to be supporting you,
So
right?
you're supposed to be keeping
what happened was,
Michelle strong.
yeah, I tried. I really, really, really tried. I really, really tried, but I don't know. And Tony knows. He understands. Malon Clovey says Tony made me appreciate music from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Marlon Clovis. Is that the Marlon Clovis from Hot
There's only
FM?
one Marlon Clovis.
Hey,
that I know.
Marlon.
Yeah.
Morning partner.
Marlon Miles.
Hope all is well. Hope all is well.
Thank you
Don't
so
don't
much.
forget. Don't forget. You promised to send me something. All right. Yes. Don't forget. Just keep that. Because the event is coming up soon.
Okay.
He knows.
He knows.
So thanks a lot for chiming in.
Thanks, Marlon. Daniel Charles says, good morning, Andre. You're strong. I remembered when my mom passed and I drove past where she was kept before the funeral. Boy, I broke down.
That's rough, man.
Right.
That's rough.
Clara Sammy says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Good morning,
Morning, Clara.
How you doing?
Nice to hear from you.
Someone else, Madeline Alexander says,
Morning, Madeline.
a blessed Tuesday morning to Andre, Kiki, and everyone on the live. So Raya Alexander says, well done, Andre. Proud of you. God will give you the strength and courage.
Thank you, Saraya.
Thank you, Soraya. One sec. Something is happening here. Let me go back. It's happening really quickly. Okay. Anne Sabrina says, okay, they're responding to someone else in the chat room that's just commenting, and I'm not going to read what he says. I'm just moving on. Lon just came back and he says, Andre and Kina, just being on air is very important therapy. Thank you so much, Lon. Jan Blast Water. She's here. Good morning, Jan. How you doing? She says, a blessed Tuesday to Kiki and Andre. We holding on. Won't know when will our Tony be forgotten by me. May he rest in peace. Madeline Alexander says, we have to understand that, Andre, because we know what you're dealing with, and that is why I have not called nor come to see you yet. You're in my prayers and in my heart.
Thank you. I know that.
Luther Alce says, good morning to Andre and Kina. May you both and the extended family of our late brother Tony Paul find strength in the Lord during this moment. It's nice to see you guys smile. The strongest of battles are given to the weakest of soldiers, and we shall overcome. Thank you. Jan Blast Warner returns and she says, Andre will be keeping you and the family in my prayers. Remain as strong as you can be.
Thank you.
Sonia Joseph returned and she chimed in and she said, I just love to see how you and Tony were so close. You could still share jokes with us, Andre.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
You should. I think they got used to that, and I think you should continue. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Madeline Alexander says, hugs for you guys. Reggie McGowan says, Andre, as brother, you will be okay. Josie Stevens says, blessed morning to Kina and Andre. Sandra Louison says, good morning to you, Andre. Paul, be strong for Tony Paul. Reggie McGowan returned and says, God is prayer and powerful love. Juliana Felix says, okay, that's for whoever else. Whoever this person is, can you please stop sending your messages on our platform? Please.
Some negative stuff.
It's not like, stop, please.
I advise you listen to the healing process.
Yeah, listen to the healing process. Since yesterday he's been chiming in, and please, I beg of you, stop. As a matter of fact, you know what? God just bless his heart. Thank you.
I knew it's a him.
It's a, well,
It's a
I
male.
hope it's a him.
It's a male.
Well, the name, actually.
Oh, okay.
So someone else says, Josie Stevens says, my father... Hi, Josie. Oh, my gosh. She said her father passed this morning. I'm so sorry, Josie. Kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh, hugs.
Wow. Sorry to hear that,
I'm
Josie.
So sorry, Josie. Alette Richards says, blessed day, Andre and Kina, words can't express.
Yes, Alette. Thank you very much, Alette.
Someone responded to Josie Stephen and sends condolences to her. That's Madeline. Soulful Musica. Oh, they're responding to this person again. I guess eventually we'll get around that. She says, Andre, there is one person. Oh, here I am reading with so much excitement, and then I was like, oh, that's what happens.
What happened?
She's telling us to block that person under the live.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we don't have to block him. Let God,
Let the person
deal with his heart.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're good. Just ignore him and carry on. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, "Good morning, my darling. How are you?" You're right. She Chubb returned and says, "Andre, there is one okay. Okay, I'll have to read before I say it out loud, so let's go. That's for Josie. Make Clesa says, "Good morning, Andre and Keena and all the Rev-Up listeners. Let's continue to get comfortable in each other's love, care, and appreciation." Thank you, honey bun. Jan, okay, that's for the person chiming in on the platform. Andre, are you coming to Viewfort? That's from Lucita Jean-Pierre.
No.
Okay.
It's I'm going to Monrepo.
Okay. Let's go back down.
If you fill in the tank for me.
Maybe she might just say yes. Let her know, and it's done. And Sabrina says, "Josie Stephen, wow, sorry for your loss. My condolences to you and your family." Barbara Augustine says, "Blessed day to Kiki and Andre, still my favorite people." May returned and says, "It's for Josie. Condolences to you, your family. May his soul rest in peace." We're 19 minutes down. That's for person chiming in. Someone says cholesterol, I guess when we were having this conversation. Okay, moving on. Okay, people are really taking on this individual who's chiming in.
That probably turns him on.
Maybe.
So don't take him on.
Maybe just ignore. Just ignore. Don't
turns him on.
Ignore.
Yeah, whoever that is.
Oh my word. Okay, let me go down. Lentil soup is the best at Long Jules.
Yes, man. I agree. Make me some and I'll warm it.
Yeah. Long Jules, you heard that, right? D. Hippolyte says, "Imagine Tony adding his contribution right now. Miss him." Thank you so much, D. That is so true. Yeah. Mentally, I'm waiting for him to chime in, and every now and then I'll look and kind of touch his chair. Okay, they're responding to the individual again. Scrolling. Someone says, Natalia. Exactly, PCOS is horrible. Lon Jules says, "Good morning."
PCOS?
Polycystic ovary syndrome.
Oh, okay.
Okay, going down. Going down. Okay. Well, we don't have to respond to him. They're already doing whatever. They're already, going at him in there. So I don't even have to say anything else. Okay, Mr. Whoever you are, you're free to express your views, but this is not the place for it, and it's not the time. And many people on our platform have been asking you to stop. The least you could do is just stop. Okay.
Cease and desist.
Yeah, man.
Cease
Just
and
stop.
desist.
Pious Snappy man says, "Good morning." Sonia Joseph says, okay. Lonjo says, "You can't please people. You put on weight, then you are pregnant. You look skinny, you must be sick." Yeah, Lord. Okay, let's go down. As a person grows older, the metabolism gets slower. So that could be a cause for gaining weight. Yeah, Lonjos, that's true. And science recently put out something that says a lot of the weight around our midsection, that's due to, aging. So that's a contributing factor as well. Okay. Go down. Good morning. Lena Jules says, "Good morning, Rev-Up, stay strong." Septima Joseph said, "Good morning." Good morning, Septima. How are you? Lilia Victor says, "Good morning, Rev-Up family." Lucita Jean-Pierre says, "Facebook, why can't I like on live shows? Does anyone knows?" Yes, you can. Maybe after you exit at the bottom of your screen, Lucita, right-hand corner, depending on what you're viewing from, then you can at the bottom of the screen. Barbara's Steffi Ann Sinclair says, Some, sorry, Steffi Ann. Some of the birth control medications make people gain weight. Thanks, Steffi Ann. Barbara Xavier says, good morning to all of you. Have a lovely day. Be strong. Lon says, unhealthy fat is obese. Drama Queen Augustine says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Vivian Armstrong, she says, good morning. Peacemaker, hi Peacemaker. West Edward, good morning to you. Jojo, good morning to you. Peacemaker says, good morning, Andre, Kina, and Tony. Tony's spirit is still there. Good morning to all family and friends of Rev-Up. Steffi Ann says, Ozempic. Thank you, Steffi Ann.
Oh, yes,
I love you.
that's it. Mhm.
Thank you for that. Nancy Gracelyn says, sweetie, take 2 of the pills. You forgot your meds today, and that's causing you. Oh, that's for the person chiming in. Peacemaker says, good morning, my sister Lucita. So that's that. She went on to say, people have a choice to do whatever they feel, make them comfortable with. I respect her weight loss. Steffi Ann Return chimed in, says, Peacemaker says, Kina, it's true. The passion, kindness, and love for others, and especially when you know where you come from, it's always good to give back. God says, whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. Amen. Pamela Eugene says, that's why it's called charity, no compensation. Peacemaker returned and says, God compensate us already. Valerie Alexander says, my sincere condolences to his family and the River family. Peacemaker returned chimed in, says, that is why I don't take things from some people, because I don't want them to reproach or badmouth me or my charity. Christine Chowry says, my condolences to the Rev-Up family. Peacemaker says, LOL Andre. Paula Mario sends hearts. Thank you, Paula. Siobhan Mathre says, that's the truth, Kina. May Cleser, am I saying that correctly, May? If not, let me know. How are you keeping, hun? Pious, 100%. Gertrude St. Rose says, good show, guys. May says, okay, we'll try to figure it out, May. Thank you. Arthur Charles says, remember, it's a day like today. St. Jude's was on fire.
A day like today?
Like, yes, when St. Jude's went up in flames.
Is that the anniversary?
Today is September 9th.
I don't remember the date, to be honest with
I
you.
don't remember. I think it's the 9th, actually. Nancy Clarison says, I agree 100%. Anthony Mondaisy says, my condolences to you and your family, Andre. He will be greatly missed. Pius Markey says, good morning. All my condolences to Andre. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. Like, still 120 left.
Ooh.
And we at 25 minutes, and I haven't gone to the WhatsApp platform yet.
Oh my gosh.
Anthony Mondaisy, Nancy Gracelyn, Viola James. I'm just going to go through the names here. Okay. Anthony Mondaisy said, hold on strong, Andre. Continue to trust in him. Yeah, there's so many comments, guys. I have to go on to the WhatsApp platform. It's about 26 minutes after 11 already. So please bear with us.
And you have Rev-Up the Homegrown coming up.
Rev-Up the Homegrown coming up next. Let me go.
Sorry about that, folks. Sorry.
So
But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all your comments
reaching out.
and your love. Going over to the WhatsApp platform. I hope it takes us to 11:30. Scroll. Okay. Someone sent a message, but those were before. Okay. Someone said, Andre, oh dear, unbelievable. Our sincere condolences going out to you, Andre, and family. Power, strength. Oh no, Mr. Tony Paul, we know you didn't know your time was here, but it left a shock to us. Go in peace, my brother Tony. Sleep well. We'll forever love and miss you, Miss Martha and the team. Oh, from Martha's shop. Boy, so many messages. Okay. Somebody says, yesterday whilst you were all talking about Tony, you were crying. I was driving, crying. My eyes were full with tears. I could not see where I was going, but I will be okay. Sending you hugs and kisses. Mwah. Good morning. Someone else says, Mariana says, good morning, Andre. Just a suggestion. Why don't... Okay, I'll tell Andre after the show, but she was saying something about the clear field and rain. Someone else says, death be not proud as we go through the hurts and the pain. Loved ones crosses the bridge. Remember the love, laughter, and togetherness. Keep in mind they are all living in our heart. Now is blue soon. It will be red again with lots of memories and God's strength. Someone else says, good morning, Andre and Kina. Condolences to you, Andre and family. Andre, I'm still in shock and I can't believe Tony is gone. I enjoy listening to you all every day that I can listen, and seeing you work together as brothers gave me comfort, because I have two sons and his years they have no relationship with each other, and it hurts me every day. You two were a blessing to me. Andre, be strong. I'm proud of you for the way you handled this situation. God bless you.
Thank you very much. I hope it's never too late, that you can probably help the boys to have a closer relationship.
Never too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just allow God's hand to be in it, and He will do the rest. A special good morning to you, Kina, and Father Andre Paul. Nice seeing you smiling, but I know deep down it's tough. I miss Tony reading the shout out to Ask Andre, my father Andre Paul. So Andre, you have a daughter I don't know of, with laughing emojis.
Yeah, man.
Oh, how I miss Tony chiming in. His charming voice. Sleep well, Tony, from Nadej.
Oh yes, Nadesh. Good morning to you and your family.
Tekla L says, good morning, Kiki and Andre. Sending lots of love to you guys from Tekla L. Madrina Monroe says, hi, Kina and Andre. Beautiful day.
Hello,
to you
Madrina. Hope all is well with you.
both. Someone else chimed in and says, good morning and
Remember,
blessings.
she was going through her own
Yes.
issues recently.
Yes, she was.
Mhm.
And she sends her love as well, and she wants you to take care of yourself, and her thoughts and her prayers are with you.
Thank you.
Someone else chimed in and says, good morning and blessings to Andre Kina. My condolences to you guys on the team from Marcy in Canada. Very proud of you guys. Holding up very well. God is good. Eat mac and cheese today, Kina. With a laughing emoji. Thank you. Someone else chimed in and says, I believe you should just do WhatsApp because everyone is on Facebook can see their comments. Okay.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, but people love their comments read. So
And their
you
names?
know, and their names, hearing their names too. So makes them feel good, and we'll continue that.
Yeah.
You know, someone else says, good morning, good day, Kina, Andre. God bless you both. Keep strong. Tony made me laugh the day he said when he bathes, he pees in the shower. That day he had me rolling. I surely miss his jokes. He was so real.
Yes, he
I remember
was
that
real.
day,
He was
yes.
real. Yeah.
Yes. Someone else chimed in and says, my brother and sister from another mother, I'm here with you. I've been there with my mom. Your frequency is much better.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me just remind wherever you listen to us right now, that we're now on 95.9 FM. 95.9 FM. I got a few messages there people telling me that they're not hearing us in the south, etc., etc. But I know it's because they either were not listening
Right.
or forgot or whatever. So we are on 95.9 FM. That's where
Okay,
we are right now.
perfect.
Mhm.
So someone else says, I think Iphigenia chimed in and she says, Tony, I miss you. 31 years of knowing you is a blessing I'll carry forever. Andre, keep sharing stories about your grandmother and grandfather. You and Kina are doing a great job. Yesterday, Kina made us cry. Keep up the wonderful work. I love you both, and I'm grateful for everything you continue to share with us.
Okay.
That's
You're
from
welcome.
Iphigenia.
We'll try. We'll certainly try.
We'll
Mm.
try. Tekla L says, condolences to Andre and Kina from Tekla from Viewfort. Someone else says, good morning, guys. Don't worry. God will give Andre Paul the strength. I love you guys. Tony Paul will never be forgotten. Yeah, that's the last person to chime in
Okay.
on the platform.
So we got to wrap things up.
Yep.
Because Kina is coming on next. Well, she's already here. She continues until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So Kina, what do you have coming up?
Rev Up the Homegrown.
That's
I
next,
have
yes.
the hit of the day. Funny, right? A woman was... Oh, Jesus. I don't know why people do that. But anyways, find out which country is preparing to deploy AI robots to judge, to deliver verdicts in a courtroom for minor cases. AI is a big thing now. And I'll tell you more about the power of silence, what it can do for your brain, and to keep you focused as well. Could concrete one day repair itself? That's a possibility. I'll touch on that as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Sunlight and some other elements, and it's possible that it can repair itself. So
Wow.
I will break down that further. And Chinese scientists may have taken a major step toward restoring insulin in diabetes. So
That's a huge one.
yeah, because
That's a huge one.
the world over, many people have been diagnosed, and it's a big challenge. And a woman in Japan, she fell victim to a scam involving a fake astronaut.
Okay.
I don't know how. The man said he's in space and he needs oxygen. I'm not quite sure how the astronaut got some funds, but he did, as well as the Rev-Up Slu news with Andre Paul at 1 p.m. and so much more right here as well.
Coming up with Kina. She'll be here until 3 o'clock this afternoon. From 3, as usual, Zen the DJ until 5. Because 5 o'clock we have Power Politic with Mary Polius. So I'll be back here for that, and I'll be staying right through until 7 this evening, because we also have Dr. Leonard Suraj with Doctor in the House. Now, there's a quick reminder that we have a brand new program starting tomorrow at 10 o'clock with Dr. Yeah, that's right, Dr. Julius Gilead. It's called Mind Matters, and he'll be talking about suicide tomorrow. And what he'll do as part of the program, he will have a relative, because he messaged me a while ago. It's actually a relative of someone in that person's family who actually committed suicide.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll hear, that person's perspective and what they learned, didn't learn, what was said, what wasn't said. So I'm looking forward to this new program,
me too.
Mind Matters, tomorrow morning with Dr. Julius Gilead. He's a psychiatrist. New program starting on Rev-Up tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, so don't miss it. All right? So please enjoy the rest of your day and keep it locked to Rev-Up. This has been Hard Drive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Seafood Wednesday nights continue every Wednesday at the Mangrove at JJ's Paradise. Come get your seafood boil, grilled lobster, grilled fish, seafood Alfredo, seafood kebabs, and seafood pizza. Side dishes include seasoned rice, mashed potato, and tossed salad. Remember to always check JJ's at the Mangrove, Marigo Bay for Seafood Wednesday nights. A special treat awaits you.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at rambalisfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's, we care.
You're listening to Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.